Now, fighting fish are such beautiful little fish that are often displayed in little situations like this, which is obviously very practical to keep them. But when you actually buy them at home, you definitely want to get something that's at least 2-3 litres or more. Something where they can actually swim around. See, this guy here's obviously got a lot more room than these little fellas that are actually just here to hold them. The other thing is that the fighting fish are from Thailand, so they don't like the water being too cold. So a lot of people put them in tiny containers and don't have a heater with them. But you'll find that they're just so much happier if you keep them at 25 degrees. Now, this aquarium here actually has a heater in it. See, underneath this decoration, under the gravel, is a little heater, which is one of these things. And they're very inexpensive, considering how much happier it'll make your little Siamese fighting fish. So they're very easy to look after, but if you just give them the right conditions, which is a larger size container, something where they've got room to swim around, and you've got a heater to keep them at 25 degrees, they really are a lot happier. Another thing you can do too, which is a great way of increasing the quality of the life of your fighter, is this stuff here is called polyfilter. And you can cut this pad, it's like a white pad, into a little square, and you can place it in the water and it will remove all the organics out of the water and remove all the fish waste. So it will actually act as a filter for your fighting fish. And eventually the polyfilter will turn black, and that means that it's sucked out all the organics and actually polished the water, it removed all the fighting fish's waste. The other thing too to consider is throwing a few of these things in the bottom of the container with the fighting fish, because what this will do is allow the growth of parallel denitrifying bacteria within the fighting fish container. So just by simply dropping a couple of these into the tank itself, that's going to help stimulate the growth of good bacteria. So growing good bacteria and establishing the tank and keeping the temperature at 25 degrees are all things that are going to help with your fighting fish. The other thing that's really worth doing as well is using Easy Life with your fighting fish, because what Easy Life does is create, basically affect the molecular structure of your water, so it holds in solution all the good stuff and drops out all the bad stuff, helps to keep the oxygen level nice and high, and keeps the water nice and clear and puts a positive charge to it, so it helps to stop type negative bacteria. The other thing that I like to add with my fighting fish too is a little bit of salt, because a little bit of salt helps their immune system significantly. And then the other thing I like to do too is add a little bit of carbonate powder, because Sydney tap water pretty much has no carbonate in it. So carbonate powder, salt, the Easy Life is also going to act as a water ager. And then it's really important what food you select as well. And this food here, Spectrum, is by far the best, because it's set at the absorption rate of the fish, so all the right nutrients and vitamins and all the rest of it is absorbed. So yeah, they're just some tips on keeping healthy Siamese fighting fish.